Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, down the tide?
Fitzmagic comes to South Florida. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, it's the debut of Ryan Fitzpatrick as the new quarterback of the Dolphins. They're looking to turn things around as they host Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens. I'll be back at halftime with a look ahead to the weekend. But first, let's get down to Miami and hand things over to Brandon Gott and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, ponchos and slickers, usually a necessity buy whenever you make your way to Hard Rock Stadium this time of year. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Baltimore Ravens. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gott and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a
set to go now on a rainy Florida afternoon. And we are underway from Miami. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out come the Ravens, led by the leading rusher amongst quarterbacks in 2018. In his second season now, Lamar Jackson. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. They go to the former Saint, Mark Ingram. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Single receiver, single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Let's go.
A gain of 9 yards.
Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. But now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. From the 45 on second down, Jackson. And a very good offensive unit here. One of the reasons they're so good is running back Mark Ingram.
Took a little while for him to find his footing when he got into the league, but the former Heisman Trophy winner has it now and has really upped his pass receiving potential. A nice player.
They tried the throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Here's Jackson to throw. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. Back to the running game. It's Ingram. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State. And let's run through the Dolphins defense.
One of the more underrated yet valuable positions in the NFL is safety, and Rashad Jones epitomizes what you're looking for. A guy who can drop down into the box in the run game and tackle those bigger, stronger running backs. He can also cover people, whether it's tight ends or bigger slot guys, and that gives him the ability to stay on the field every down and make big plays.
Devon Godchaux up to make the tackle. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Now it's Jackson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Jakeem Grant back deep for Miami. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Dolphins now getting set for their initial possession. Leading them out is going to be their quarterback. That's the grizzled vet, Ryan Fitzpatrick.
One thing that I think Ryan Fitzpatrick doesn't get enough credit for is his toughness. This is a guy who plays through injuries, but it's also being mentally tough, knowing that everyone's always trying to move him out of the lineup, trying to find a replacement for him, yet he continues to battle and has earned the total respect of his teammates.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And here now a look at the Dolphins' offensive unit.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. 12 yards there and a first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. The way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaking up on the play. Boy, not what you want to see in Q1 of the new year. We'll be back. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Hey, it's our house.
To throw is Fitzpatrick. It's complete. Stills. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
Check. Check. 48 to Mike. It's been a long day for you. 48 Mike.
And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Only a yard on the 3rd down throw, and that leads to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And out of bounds, sailed over, looked like right near the pylon. This one's going to be perfect. Directional kicking at its finest, right down at the 1-yard line. Could not have thrown that out there any better. When the ball hit the ground, I thought it might go into the end zone the way it was angling, but perfectly jutting out at the 1.
You think maybe what we saw in practice came into play there? You know, he put those big cans down on the sideline and angled for him and shot for him. Looks like it worked out pretty well for him, too.
He'll buy some time right. He's going to take off with it. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the first down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago. Quick throw taken in by Snead. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 25-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first. A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Jackson, options out left. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 41. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. They were trying to go to Brown once again, but it'll be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
Jackson's pass, intended for Mark Andrews, incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses. And excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time out they had to punt the football away. Anything positive possibly to take from that?
There always is when you're punting the football away. It doesn't sound like it because you're giving it up. But you've avoided a mistake.
At least you didn't turn it over.
You didn't turn it over, right? You're giving your defense a chance because you're punting the ball away, and they're set to go on the field as opposed to sudden change after a turnover. Wow, now we've got to go out there and stop people. So, yeah, there's always something positive to be gained from it.
A loss of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete.
Fitzpatrick's pass, intended for Devontae Parker.
That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The drive starts here with a carry by Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Jackson now off the bootleg. Steps away. He's going to take off with it. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. They'll try to run for the first with Ingram. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game. Returnable for Grant.
An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And it'll be Dolphin football. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
From just shy of midfield, Fitzpatrick. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 23. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
And, Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon, so that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Jerome Baker in on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd down, Ingram only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a 3rd and 6 here to start things out. From the gun, Jackson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get on the football, but you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away, and it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Good open field tackling there. A 50-yard punt followed by just a 1-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The drive will commence with a run by Balazs. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. They'll get this out in a hurry to Parker. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
He's going to air one out. He's got a man, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. They'll get 34 yards there. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Off the play fake here, Fitzpatrick. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Willie Henry muscled his way in for the sack.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. But that's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. They'll run here with Balazs. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. Here's Fitzpatrick. There he goes inside the 30. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki.
Holding offense.
So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? He said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. After the penalty, it's Ingram. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Jerome Baker there on the tackle. On 2nd down, it's Ingram. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down. The Ravens on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson. They go screen. This is Ingram. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. On 2nd down now, it's Ingram. 3 yards on the pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive, as this is 3rd and 10. Here's Jackson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they dialed up the screen there, hoping that convoy of blockers could get out in front and get them enough yardage for the first down, but they were able to get there before he got to the sticks.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Encouragement, defense.
At the 26-yard line.
So they got him coming up from his linebacker spot.
And sometimes the position designation really doesn't matter. If you creep up to the line of scrimmage, you just have to look for the football. Make sure it moves before you do.
Now a give, right side. Walton. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Fitzpatrick's pass caught by Stills. 7 yards there and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Balaj. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college.
Now the ball comes loose, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will finally put an end to the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got it 1st and goal at the 7. They'll try to run it in, going option right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. They run. It's Mark Ingram. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. The Ravens on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Jackson now, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. From 4 yards out, as the Ravens push further out in front. Well, there you go, Charles, his first touchdown pass of the new season.
Well, let's just go back to his rookie year because he's able to get his feet wet, right? Get a little bit of experience. Now I think here in year 2, the game will slow down for him, and we'll see his true talents come out.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and the lead grows to 10-0. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and the gadget play gets him into the end zone. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
7 yards there and a first down. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Devontae Parker, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Fitzpatrick and Dwayne Allen on the ground. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Fitzpatrick to throw it. He's going to air one out. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback. Mark Ingram now gears up to help lead this offense back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Jackson on first down and nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Jackson. Throwing again. Wide open receiver complete. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun towards the end zone for Brown. It's caught, and there's the first NFL catch for Marquise Brown. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. Marquise Brown, his first NFL reception, goes for 6 as the Ravens push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Tucker with the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Now a short one to Gesicki. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Fitzpatrick now. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Watch the curl, watch the curl. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fitzpatrick, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score, Ravens 24.
So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This is taken at the 3. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the 3rd. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down. 3rd and long for Ryan Fitzpatrick. Wilson's got it complete. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 21. Here's Jackson. From the gun, he'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Lamar Jackson on the keeper. Jerome Baker in on the tackle. A gain of 2. Brings up second and 8.
On second down, it's Ingram. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
A 7-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles Harris with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7.
You and I both know we're into a whole new realm of football because we're not just looking at tendencies anymore. We're looking at analytics, and I've got to think the analytics on 3rd and 1 say run the football.
Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
They run it with Balaj. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. To throw, Fitzpatrick. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Balaj. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down. A first down throw for Fitzpatrick. And he finds Parker here, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Here's Walton. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Fitzpatrick throwing complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
First down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up second.
On second down now, it's Walton. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. Fitzpatrick from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Sanders' kick is good. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle, right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that?
on, what does that mean, break out? That just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that, but I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
The tackle gain of 7. Brings up second and
Now Ingram, he's been busy today. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Rashad Jones there on the tackle. A 5-yard gain on the play.
On first down, they go with Dixon. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
A loss of a yard. Brings up second and 11 at the 39-yard line.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 34-yard line. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson has got his man. It's Andrews. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11. And it's 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Mark Ingram. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Jackson options out left. And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Jackson, Roberts got it. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. They have the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Back now in Miami. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. On 3rd down, Ingram, and he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
7. First down, Ravens.
And a 20th carry now for Ingram. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps for these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they need it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
A 25-yard attempt.
And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will extend the lead out to 24. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
At their own
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
Now the pass hauled in by Kenny Stills, and they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. They'll run with Walton. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Now Fitzpatrick hit. It's out. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Ravens. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. The 20. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. So this defense clicking early in the year. Week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Tucker now for the extra point. And they're able to up the lead by 1 more.
Makes the score Ravens 34.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down, those 2-yard gains.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Pernell McPhee, always a threat to find the QB, and he gets to him there.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
And it's caught by Parker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Fitzpatrick. And Stills bringing it in. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Throwing Fitzpatrick. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And the Ravens taking the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And that is incomplete.
Intended for Seth Roberts. Incomplete.
Here's Sam Cook now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. And who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases have the most success in this league.
48 Mike. Check Mike.
Fitzpatrick on first down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the passer, defense.
The hit comes late. We saw it. There's your flag.
And we know that there's a guideline, right? Ball's gone. You get one step. If you're within one step of the quarterback, you can hit him as long as it's still done legally. But anything outside.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's third down. Throwing on third and long. Fitzpatrick. Caught by Wilson. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Delay of game, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Out of the gun, they give to Ingram. There on the tackle, Minka Fitzpatrick.
A 5-yard gain brings up 2nd and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're trying to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
It's complete. Stills. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Working out of the gun, Fitzpatrick. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fitzpatrick, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Fitzpatrick. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Baltimore, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Miami, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves.